why you resist structure, and why the ADHD brain secretly loves it. Hi friends, I'm Caroline Maguire, and if you have ADHD and the word structure makes you want to roll your eyes and run for the hills, you're not alone. You may be thinking, I can't stick to a schedule, or routines never work for me, or I don't want to feel trapped. I get it, but here's the truth. For ADHD brain, structure isn't the enemy. In fact, it might be the very thing that gives you the freedom, confidence, and energy you're craving. Let's talk about why we resist structure and how to rethink it so it actually works for you and your brain. Okay. This is number one. You spend your life being told to just be more disciplined, stick to a routine, and structure feels like a punishment. It might feel rigid, boring, like you're trying to be controlled, like it might squash your creativity. Plus, ADHD comes with a real difficulty with time, sequencing, memory, follow through. So traditional structure often fails us, and when something fails us repeatedly, we start to believe it doesn't really work for us at all. So the resistance makes sense to me. It's a protective response. It's your brain saying, it hasn't helped before, why try again? But what if we flipped the script? Step two, what structure actually is. Structure isn't a set of rules to shame you. It's a framework to hold you. It's not a prison, it's scaffolding. You know when they have an old creepy building and they have all these things propping it up? That's scaffolding. It's propping you up. It's what helps keep your day from collapsing when motivation disappears or your brain feels like you have 37 tabs open, which is pretty much me all the time. Think of structure like a trail map. You don't have to take every step, but it shows you the direction, like a compass. But I can't read compasses, so I'm better with a map. So you don't get lost in the woods every single day. For ADHD brain, structure creates safety, predictability, relief. You don't have to decide everything from scratch. You don't have to remember every detail. Structure does something and it does some of the work for you. Step three, what structure looks like. The key is to build a structure that's flexible, forgiving, and designed for you. It might look like starting your morning the same way most days, even if it's just brushing your teeth, stretching, and drinking water. Using visual cues and alarms can remind you what's next without judgment and without you having to remember. Having a Launchpad by the door, keys, bag, essentials. I am like maniacal about my keys. I always keep them in the same place, and now that my teenager is driving, I'm like, you have to put them there. That's my Launchpad. If they're not there, I get lost and I don't know where everything is. So we've had a lot of talks about that. Setting bookends for your workday, even if you don't follow a strict schedule in between. Structure isn't micromanaging every minute. It's about supporting your brain so you can spend less energy on what you're deciding to spend energy on. Step four, why ADHD brains actually thrive with structure. Here's what happens when you have an ADHD-friendly structure. You spend less time stuck in indecision. You reduce the risk of spiraling when things feel chaotic. You create momentum with tiny habits that build trust in yourself. You stop relying on willpower, which is a limited resource. People who tell you to power through and use willpower, that's energy. You only have so much of that. Stop relying on willpower, which is wildly unreliable also, and start relying on systems. Your brain is not lazy or disorganized. It just runs on different operating systems, and that system thrives when there's rails to run on. You know when you go bowling, especially if you're not a great bowler, that's me, they have those like bumpers that they use for kids to keep the bowling ball going down. That's huge. The bumpers allow the bowling ball to keep going. I think of structure as that for us. Structure helps you regulate your emotions, keep your promises to yourself, and reduce the shame that comes with falling behind. Step 5, where to start. If the idea of building structure still feels overwhelming, start small. Choose one part of your day, just one, and ask yourself, what's one simple step I can repeat daily to reduce stress? What can I set up in advance to make this moment easier. How can I make the structure visual, physical, automatic? And remember, you don't have to get it perfectly, you have to get it started. Let your structure evolve with you. That's not a failure, that's flexibility. Structure isn't here to shame or blame you. And I know people have weaponized it and used it. And sometimes we resist structure because it feels like we're being penned in because the way structure was imposed on us as children was that way. This isn't rules to follow. What this is more ease and confidence and self-trust. If you're ready to build a life that works for your brain, this channel is here for you. So drop a comment, let me know. Even if you're furious with me and you're like, I hate structure, why are you talking about it? And please like and subscribe. I am building this channel and putting a lot into it. We're launching something new that I'm gonna talk about soon, and I really want to hear from you. Many of these videos are born from your comments and things you need. And my whole goal is to talk about all the elements of ADHD life that contribute and make friending the afterthought. I think that often we don't have time, energy, or resources to make friends because of all this other stuff. And we have to find a way to have both for our mental health and well-being. Let me know in the comments what you think. Bye, friends.